Welcome to英語から英会話 Live, where we study and practice changing English to English conversation. All right, so in this live show, we're gonna have 4 sections to this show. So the first section, is we're gonna set up and warm up. So just kind of like make sure everything's working and give you guys a chance to practice writing your answers. All right. Yes. Thank you. Let's get started. All right. And good evening. Okay. And then we're going to review some ideas from units 2 and 3. And then we're going to make new ideas with some of the English from units 2 and 3. And then we're going to make new ideas with new English. All right, so let's begin. All right, so today in this set up and warm up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a question. I'm going to ask you the question, and then I'm going to start a timer. So it's a little bit of a new thing I have. Here is the timer. All right, so you'll have 90 seconds to write your answer and send it to me in the chat. Okay, are you guys ready? All right, let's do the first question, which is, what's your favorite way to rest? I'm going to start the timer. Okay, so I want you, in the next 90 seconds, I want you to try to tell me, what's your favorite way to rest? And of course, if you can't type, you can just write it down, and next time you see me, you can tell me. D&T. Yeah. T. All right. I can't. Okay. Yeah, I think, for me, recently, one of my favorite ways to rest is taking a D&T break on the train. Anyways, I feel like sleeping. Yeah, sleeping is a great way to rest. Drinking alcohol is very nice too. I wonder how many people are drinking alcohol tonight. All right. Okay, well, those were some great ideas. All right, so again, if you can't type, you can always just write it down and show me later. Okay, let's go to the next question. All right, what do you think is the best season to visit Guma? Okay, I'm gonna start the timer. Oh, well, who says YouTube? Yeah, I think watching YouTube, that's a great way to rest as well. Very nice. All right, well, now we're up for the next question. What do you think is the best season to visit Guma? This is kind of a tough question. I think an easy question would be, what do you think is the worst season to visit Guma? That would definitely be the summer. Oh, fall. Yeah, I agree. Fall is a great time to visit Guma. Great idea. Any other ideas? I think I have to agree. I think for me, I think fall is the best as well. Um, the the fall leaves in Guma are amazing. Ah, yeah, spring. Spring is nice too. But for people who don't suffer from hay fever, spring spring is great. But I was talking about time's up. Okay. All right, let's move. Let's move to the next question. All right, next question. Oh yes, I think so too, Taka. Okay, next question. So, where do you recommend visiting on someone's first trip to Japan? Okay, timer. This is another tough question, right? Because there's so many great places in Japan to visit. I think this is going to be a hard one. I'm excited to see if anyone is going to say Guma. I think, of course, any answer is okay. Kyoto. Yeah, Kyoto's a great place to visit. I think, the only bad point about Kyoto is after you go to Kyoto, and then if you come to Guma, you might be a little bit disappointed. So I think, it's kind of great to go to Maebashi first and enjoy everything in Guma and Maebashi, and then go to Kyoto, and you're like, whoa, it's so amazing. Kyoto is very beautiful and amazing. Okay, all right, well, let's move on to the next question. I know that this one was a tough question, but yeah, no problem. All right, let's go to the next one. All right. So my goal for 2024 is to take a bath as many nights as possible. How about you? What's your goal for 2024? This is a tough question to think, especially if you're having a drink already. Could be hard to remember what your goal for 2024 is. All right. I know, and as I've taught before, it's very useful to just to say like one of my goals. Maybe one of my goals is to lose a little weight around my tummy. It's getting kind of big this year. Uh, and of course, for me, I want to keep learning Spanish on Duolingo. How about you? Do you have any goals for 2024? Singing. That's nice. You know? Oh, go to Hokkaido is a great goal. Yeah, that's almost a goal for me every year is to go to Hokkaido in the summer or go back to America. All right, nice ideas. Well, that's the end of the set up and warm up. Becoming a good Grammy, that's a fantastic goal. All right, way to go. That's great. All right. Well, let's move to the next schedule, which is we're going to review some Unit 2 and 3 ideas. Now, they'll speak English is great. Yes, very nice. All right. So, in this next part of the live show, I'm going to show you an idea that I taught in Unit 2 and 3 for some useful English conversation. So, and this one here is just kind of memory, so I'm going to give you 1 minute. So instead of 90 seconds, 1 minute to change the Japanese to English. So it's a little bit of a challenge up, but I think you can do it. Let's try. Okay, here we go. So first one. All right. Timer. Okay, who can remember how to say this Japanese in English? This one, I recommend really, in conversation, often say wanna, but for writing, want to. So, what do you wanna know how to say in Spanish? That's a good question to ask me because I'm learning Spanish. All right, let's see. What do you want to know how to say in Spanish? Yes, that's right. Yes, I'm learning Spanish. So, yeah. So that's a great question. I always think, in Japanese, I love the saying like "mo ippai kudasai." So that would be, really useful to know how to say in Spanish. One more, please. Something like that. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, so, timer. Sorry. Let's start the timer. All right, now this one is a little bit more difficult. If you remember, you got to use the past tense. Like, and I wish. How can you say this using English? Yeah, that's right. Oh, so fast. Wish I knew how to say I have no idea in Spanish. So, this, of course, this is a very interesting sentence and it's kind of, your feeling, how you feel. And it's kind of always changing, Oh, I wish I knew how to say one more, please. Or I wish I knew how to say, I'm ready to go to bed, something like that. So, yeah, it's always changing. Okay, great job. Nice work. Let's go to the next one. I wish I knew how to say I have no idea in Spanish. Okay. Who can remember how to say this in English? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea too. I would like to know how to say I don't understand in Spanish. That would be very useful. Okay, let's try this one now. So I'm going to set the timer. Now this is one of my favorite questions to ask people because these two beer companies are so famous. And, I've always been interested in beer. Great idea. All right. Tonight, the one good point about the timer, I don't need to worry as much. I'm eating my favorite snack, chitala. Okay, so the answer is, do you think Asahi beer is as good as Keating beer? In me, I think so. I think I like both very much. Yeah, very nice. Good job. That's great. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay. All right. So, timer. Timer. All right. Now this, I like this idea. Um, but it's about subjects, right? You gotta use a subject, and so, um, it's kind of, I don't know, my, oh, great, nice work. That was very good. Yeah, this question, is kind of for people who have kids, and you might ask them about their child, like, or you can ask people about other topics too. So great. All right, let's look at the. Okay, do you know what class Noble is interested in? All right, I think we have time for one more. Yeah, I think this is a good one. All right. All right. Who can change this Japanese into English? So, yeah, this one is a little hard because, totemo often, you can, very nice idea. Great job, guys. Totemo has a few different ways of how you can say it. So it's a little bit tough. Okay, well, timer's up. All right, let's go. This video game is so fun. Do you want to buy it? Yes. All right. Nice work, everyone. I might say for me, this snack is so tasty. Do you want to eat some with me? Maybe. All right. It's interesting. Yes, this video game is interesting. That's a good idea too. Very nice. All right. Well, we're going to skip. Let's move to the next section. All right. Here we go. Okay, so now we're going to try making new ideas with some of the English from units 2 and 3. I don't want to buy it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Very nice. All right, so I'm going to show you English. Okay, and I want you to try to think about how you could change this to make it more useful. Okay, timer. Okay, now this time I'm going to give you 90 seconds to think about how you could change this sentence. I think coffee is better than tea to make it more useful for English conversation. Oftentimes, you could try to make a question, or you could change the language, change the words. I prefer coffee. I prefer coffee is great. That's a very nice idea. So sometimes if you want to make a little bit of a longer sentence, you could say, I prefer coffee over tea. How about you? I guess a big one in Japan is either shochu or nihonshu. That's a tough question. All right. Okay, well, that was, good, nice work. Let's go to the next one. All right. What an old bicycle. All right, let's try to change this to make it more useful for English conversation. Sometimes. What a fun life. That's great. Thank you. That's a very nice idea. Yeah, what a fun life. I think one of interesting sentence might be what a delicious shochu. Let's drink more. What an interesting book. Yeah, that's great. What an interesting book. Nice idea. Nice ideas. Guys might want to talk in the bedroom. All right. What a great view. What a big chicken. That's a great. Oh, oh. Let's clean up. For me, sometimes I say, what a mess. Dirty room is okay. Okay. Dirty room is good. Well, another phrase you could say is messy. Oh, what a messy room, or what a messy table. Let's clean up. Yeah, that's fantastic. Great ideas. All right, let's go to the next one. So this is the best course in the university. Right. Oh, timer. Uh, Somehow I need to make this timer more automatic. Sometimes I forget to start. All right. Messy. Yes. Okay. And with this sentence here, this is the best course in the university. It's a good sentence, but for English conversation, it's better to make it into a question. So, like, what do you think is the best something in some place? Like, yeah, that's a very nice idea for the last one. I think for me, I love coffee, and so right now I'm thinking, like, what do you think is the best coffee shop in Maebashi? And man, I can't remember the name right now of my favorite coffee shop. I think it's Tonya. Tonya Coffee, near the Maebashi city office. Doesn't have much parking, but I love their coffee. Okay, this one was tough. This is a kind of long sentence. All right, let's move to the next one. Okay, so there is a very famous store near here. I'm gonna start the timer. All right, this is a tough one. There is a very famous store near here. Hmm. In this sentence, I think you could use the word famous in a, or you might use just near here. I think near here is very useful. And maybe one really useful English sentence is, do you know any good like supermarkets near here? There's a very famous restaurant. Is there a good yakitori? Those are great questions. It's a great job, using there. Is there? Yeah, good, great ideas. All right, way to go. That was a tough one. All right, let's see what's next. No, we don't have much time, so I think let's move on. There's a very old library near here. Nice idea. That's great. Sometimes, one more phrase you could add too is, do you want to go? Like if you add, it's just like a sentence like, there is a very old library near here. Do you want to go and check it out? Or do you want to go there with me? Is very useful. All right, nice job, guys. Okay, so we're on to the last section of tonight's live show, which is making new ideas with new English. Okay, so this is English that I wrote the sentences, but I haven't thought, much about what would be a good idea. So let's check it out. All right. Today is a beautiful day. You think how can we change this to make it more useful for English conversation? Almost like this sentence is really useful even by itself, but you could add like a question. Mm, that's a great idea. Today is the worst day in this year because I have a hangover. That does make for a very bad day. Never, hangovers are never any fun. I didn't start the timer. Oh man. Okay. All right. We should say 1 minute. All right. The future will be a beautiful day. I really hope. I really hope. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for saying that. Right. Let's go. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. So, this cafe is the most popular in town. How can we change this to make it more useful for English conversation? I got the timer going. Okay. So this sentence, I chose because it's using most and popular. Um, so I got I've always told people, any idea is okay. Yeah, today is a windy day, isn't it? That's a very nice idea. Right, so this cafe is the most popular in town. I almost think this most popular is very similar to best. So like if you just like what do you think is the most popular yakiniku shop in Maebashi? What do you think is the best yakiniku shop in Maebashi? Very similar questions. Sometimes the most popular is not the best though. Okay, well, let's move on to the next one. Okay, what do you think is the most popular izakaya in Maebashi? That was a great idea. Very nice. Yeah, that's a great question. What do you think is the most popular izakaya in Maebashi? I don't know. And I would, does anyone else know? Okay, anyways, let's move on for now. All right, so next question, or next English. Don't you know your brother's age? And this is kind of a funny English. Don't you know your brother's age? Okay, timer. Okay, so this one, as we studied before using aren't you, and aren't you is very useful, but don't you is very useful as well. So don't you is anything is okay after I think using don't you. Don't you know her phone number? Nice idea. I think though, I think my favorite idea for this sentence is after, a long night of drinking, the next day you might ask your friend or, whoever you were drinking with, don't you have a hangover? Funny one. Don't you know your father's job? Yes, that's a great question. Great idea. Yes, that's a great idea too. Don't you know her favorite food? Don't you know my favorite artist? Yeah, those are all great ideas. Okay. All right. I'm going to move on to the next one. All right. Let's see what's next. All right. Now this is a little bit challenging. Why does Manuel not want to get up? Now, in this case, Manuel is a name, so any name is okay. You could say why does Garrett not want to get up? I guess some people might guess he has a hangover, which would be this is just a joke. But yeah, in this sentence, the always hard part though is to remember that this is for conversation. So how can we change this sentence to make it more useful for conversation? I think that's we don't have much time, but one really useful thing you can do instead of using someone's name. Why do you not want to do Duolingo? Oh my gosh, that's a great. I should ask people that question. That's a great question. But yeah, and I think using you is very useful. Why do you? And another really useful one, instead of using you can use I. You can use I like why do I not want to exercise tonight? It's a really useful question to ask yourself or ask someone else, about yourself. Like, why do I not want to exercise tonight? Kind of funny. Okay, let's do one more. Last one for tonight. I'm sleepy in the morning. All right. How can we make this more useful for English conversation? Oh my God, I didn't start timer. All right. I'm going to just do 1 minute. Okay, so I'm sleepy in the morning. It's a kind of just regular sentence, but it's a kind of a problem. Like when people say I'm sleepy in the morning, it's kind of like they're kind of talking about maybe a little problem they have. I'm sleepy all day. That's a little bit more of a serious problem than just sleepy in the morning. I'm sleepy after lunch too. Yes, and me. Yeah, I'm sure you might have heard me say that. I get sleepy after lunch. So I recommend a really useful English question is, do you have any advice? Like, I'm sleepy in the morning. Do you have any advice? And then someone might say, well, maybe you should watch less Of course, I love YouTube videos, but maybe if you're sleepy in the morning, maybe you should watch less videos at night. Maybe a good idea. Okay. So, anyways, okay, we're just gonna go back. All right. So, thank you everyone for studying English and practicing changing. Yes, I'm very excited too. Thank you so much. For you guys did a fantastic job tonight, writing lots of comments. I'm amazed. Tonight worked very well compared to last time. So, way to go, everyone! Fantastic. All right, sleepy in the spring. Nice idea. All right, so de nada. All right. So I think our next live one will be in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from now, I think, let's see, check my calendar. In 2 weeks. So it looks like March 3rd. All right. So we'll have the next Eigo Kara Eikaiwa live on March 3rd. Okay. So hope everyone has a great night. And way to go. I'll see you next time. All right.